Stretch upwards like the tree and grow. October 20th, 2013. The life you are currently working your way through continues to grow, bringing along many different paths along the way, and your growth, dear ones, is similar like a tree. It is slow and gradual. You must root and ground yourself firmly and allow the light and the elements to nurture you into new height and strength. Just like the growth of a tree, much of its development is done from the inside. The spiritual side of your development is honed and nudged gently into awareness. The seed of your spiritual potential remains in a sleep state until you are awakened, and depending on each person this can be felt as a sudden occurrence or a gradual development. Either way, as soon as your awakened self opens, your blossoming begins. Growing into your spiritual path is nurtured by the deep yearnings found within your lovely hearts. Understand, dear ones, that your awakening was not chosen by you. There was a higher source involved that determined your readiness. Your awakening occurred after certain events that led you into understanding of what is truly happening, not just externally but internally as well. The events that triggered your awakening, your readiness, was deeply profound, and gave you an unspoken promise of acquiring more deeper and meaningful experiences into your life, and this became a need that helped to ignite this sacred movement. God does understand your need to know, to learn, and to become more, and He comes through to each of you, touching that beautiful seed that lies dormant, and from those certain events that trigger your awakening, He is also there bringing your seed into life through His divine light and love, deeming you ready to go further and becoming more, fulfilling your divine mission each step of the way. A certain maturity is reached at this point, one who is firm about where they are going. Even if they cannot see each possible outcome, they are able to trust completely in the path that God has wakened for them to take. When you realize you have awakened, where your path takes you is then your responsibility. When that insatiable need takes over, where you need to grow and seek new knowledge that will further your growth and progression, the choices become yours. God and others will always guide you, but they are unable to make your choices for you. Your awakened path will require nourishment, love, and compassion. Many dear souls have attempted to slow down their growth, and this deliberate action only intensified their need to grow and to learn. When your seed of growing a spiritual life is awoken, it stretches upward, and grows side to side, reaching as far as it can, touching all and living purely as God intended. Of course you can ignore the calling from God, and when your seed of growing a spiritual life has begun, you are condemning your soul to become stillborn, dead before it gets to begin. Once God declares you ready and you begin to awake, you are then responsible, dear ones, on what to do with this energy, this spark that is suddenly roaring through you. To understand how a tree grows is to understand life, even your life. What you don't see on the outside is its growth on the inside. Just like your own. A tree learns how to take nutrients from the elements, from the sun, earth, air, and water. You also learn how to take nourishment that will feed your heart, mind, soul, and body. Your soul may not grow upwards towards the sun, but it does grow towards the inner light of God. Just as the water that enables the tree to grow, the yearning of your heart is what propels you forward along your path, allowing you to reach new and exciting heights of knowledge, awareness, and self. The yearning that you feel, the inner calling, is what keeps you motivated. Even while you are maneuvering along the path ahead of you, you move into many areas uncertain, but as you learn to persevere and to continue, you grow and mature. No matter how many dear souls have had their awakening the same time, their path and the process that brought them along their journey will always be different. Growing into your spiritual life will come to you in stages, just like the seed of the tree in its growth into full maturity. Along the way you will adopt certain practices that will feel at home to you, and these practices will nurture you and feed you from the inside. We encourage you to delve into new areas through diverse cultures that are now more readily available and discover new ways of receiving peace, attaining happiness that will enrich each step you take. Your journey is not meant to be straight and narrow, even if the path may seem this way. Experiment, dear ones, learn what works for you, what resonates deeply within your heart and soul. You will develop a new perception of what you like and what you don't, and you will learn to make better choices as a result. When you dabble into new methods, you will get quick feedback as results, alerting you that this new process is good and valuable or it didn't work out as intended. Nothing is ever a waste, dear ones, all brings great information and knowledge. Along your path and of your awakening, you are to learn what is needed for your growth and development. You may look at another person's spiritual growth and wish it was yours, but remember theirs is meant for them, and your path is meant for you. You definitely can learn from one another, and we encourage each of you to do this, but remember you cannot be this person, and this person cannot be you. After trying something new, as we said earlier, you will quickly receive results that will indicate if the process and procedure worked positively for you, and if it has, you will come to the realization of what is needed to deepen your spiritual growth and life. You will learn how to work with this information and make it one with you. A great shift happens as you embrace a new way of living and being, and you will experience many shifts along your journey. Just as the young tree slowly grows into full maturity, so will you. Even if you take half-hearted steps, eventually those steps become wholehearted. Time will pass as time does, and you will reach plateaus. You will discover many pleasurable moments and feelings, and find that life and your path doesn't bring change for a while. That is okay, dear ones. The time where you are resting on your plateau is just that, a rest, a great place for quiet inner work and understanding. A mulling of ideas and settling of ways occurs here. Changes will come, and you will bring them when your whole self is ready. During each stage of your spiritual growth, just like the young tree growing into maturity, you will learn to persevere, understand the need of patience and tolerance. When change finally presents itself, your efforts will be increased and much more effective during every step because of the great inner work you have been doing, especially during the plateau stage. When changes come, dear ones, they will not always be loud. They will come to you quietly and still give you the same growth potential. Maturity brings you to this calmness of understanding, and you accept with ease that it's going to be okay. Understand, dear ones, when you reach full maturity, you are bringing respect, recognition and acceptance of the validity of other paths, of yourself and of others. And so it is. I am Melchizedek through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com